once upon a time, the moon had a lot of sunshine. And it was a beautiful place. It was densely inhabited, but everybody was happy there. Everybody had a good life, because there were lots of nice things to do on the moon. The moon had art galleries, and there were beautiful art shows. If you liked music, you could go to concerts. There were wonderful concert halls. If you loved theater, you could go to the theater every night, because there were so many theaters and they had wonderful shows. And there were also great pubs. Now, this couple, Bonnie and Clyde, had everything. They had everything. They had 2 or 3 cars, but they were addicted to gambling, and they also liked to drink a little. So one day, Bonnie suggested going to the pub. She said, let's go to the pub. Yeah, Clyde said, okay, let's hail a taxi. And a taxi was just coming. It was pink, like those taxis in Thailand. And it stopped for them. They got up. The driver got out and opened the back door for them. The driver was a Pink Panther, and he was very nice. So they got him, sat in the back seat, and the Pink Panther drove off with them. Where to? He asked. The nearest pub, Clyde answered. The nearest pub was not a long way, but the traffic was heavy, so it took them 10 minutes to get there. But they got there in 10 minutes. And Bonnie asked the driver, or Clyde asked the driver, how much would that be? The driver said 1,000 moon dollars. But they only had a $2,000 note. Ooh, the Pink Panther said, I haven't got so much change. Can we pay with a credit card? They had credit cards on the moon in those days. Yes, that's okay. So they paid with the credit card, got out of the pink taxi, and they walked into the pub. Now that pub was their haunt. They were regulars in the pub, and they knew the barmaids, they knew the barmen, they knew the other regulars who always went to that pub. So they walked up to the bar and got a drink, each of them. Both got a drink. And it was a short dialogue before they had their drinks. And after their drinks, they had a longer dialogue, talking to everybody, and they asked the barmaid, is there anything to eat? We are hungry. And she said, sorry, we haven't got anything for you to eat. No food today. Oh. So they went to the casino on an empty stomach. The casino, of course, didn't have any food. It only had drinks. So they started to drink and gamble. They were addicted to gambling. Now, because they had not eaten anything, they couldn't concentrate, and they lost and lost and lost, and they lost everything. They lost everything they had in their pockets, they lost everything they had in their bags, they lost everything they had at home, and they lost their home. And then, when they had nothing, one of them suggested doing something. It was, which of them is it? Bonnie?
Clyde.
Clyde. It was Clyde. So Clyde said, we should do something. Bonnie said, yes, yes. What did she say? Let's borrow guns from the mafia in Sicily. No, oh no, let's borrow guns from Captain Coco. Oh yes, Captain Coco was the pirate captain of that pirate ship that flew and sometimes came to the moon. And when he came to the moon, he always went to that pub where Bonnie and Clyde were regulars, so they knew him. And there were no guns on the moon, but they knew that Captain Coco had guns and had ammo and everything. So they said, let's borrow those things from Captain Coco. And this is the end of episode 1.
Yes.